Hey guys, I'm your niche coach, Alicia Lester, and yes, we are back at it. So I need you to press subscribe right now. Click the button. I know it might say to you, oh, you need to log in to subscribe. Do that. We have time. Go ahead. We definitely have time. I just got done with a coaching client. And for those that don't know, I'm your niche coach, Alicia Lester, just a life transformation specialist. I really enjoy helping people navigate through the different parts of their lives. I really enjoy people, reaching goals, setting goals and reaching them, bridging communication between parents and children, helping you in your professional life. Nope, I may not be able to offer you the job that you want, but I can make sure that you are the most amazing employee. That way, that job really completely understands who they have and that you are an asset, not a liability to the company. So I really, really take so much pride in coaching those clients and those companies, um, you know, on those types of situations. Like I truly, truly enjoy that. And it's so crazy when I show up coaching, I show up, I'm a t-shirt person, t-shirt and jeans, and I absolutely love it. So I don't want to look like I'm one of the board members. I absolutely want to look like I'm coming here to get the job done. And a lot of times that's what I'm doing, whether it's virtual or in person. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm so thankful for all the feedback. Comfort is my thing, you know what I'm saying? But I know how to get spicy if I need to. But I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that I've ever been given to do this. When people think in terms of coaching, they think that, it's always relationships and, your personal life. And don't get me wrong, it is your personal life, but there are so many things that go into it. One today I was just sitting and thinking about, so I always make the joke that I clean my home probably about 46 times a day. And I do. I have a husband and I have three children here. I have my middle son who's 16. I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. So now do you see why I have to clean so many times a day? I can tell you where each and every individual in my home has been just by the trail of shoes, crumbs, toys, and paper. I know who was where. But no one ever thinks about a person being coached on just the day-to-day tasks, especially my stay-at-home moms and things like that. No one ever thinks about that. Some people think that, oh, you're at home, the house should be spotless and dinner should be made and, fresh lemonade should be on the table. Oh, bullshit. No, it's not always like that. It's not always that easy. While myself, I completely enjoy a clean home at all times. I do. But I also know that with that comes a lot of cleaning, and I got to get up and I got to do what I need to do, and I got to make sure it happens. I am putting toys away constantly. So a few life hacks that I've tried with putting toys away constantly. My kids will take one toy from one area, kind of bring it to the other, all of that. Not as much as they used to, but it's definitely still a thing. So what I do is I buy these amazing baskets, kind of like a wicker kind of basket, to go and match to go with the decor of my home. And I do that so I can kind of like hide toys in certain places if people are coming by or something like that. So that's my toy hack that I use constantly. So each area has one of those baskets. Just know that it's not fresh linen or beautifully folded towels or umbrellas no, or throw blankets. No, I do have one of those also. More than anything, honey, it is Transformers and My Little Ponies. That's what it is. But a lot of times, if you are a woman and you have a home that is not clean, sometimes it has everything to do with, it has a lot to do with the busyness of your schedule, but it can have a lot to do with your self-esteem too. Sometimes you do what you feel. And I'm talking to people about that because it is such a thing. Hoarders, the show Hoarders, it's a real thing. It's an absolute real thing. I used to always tease my mother about being a hoarder, but she thought hoarding was just nasty and disgusting homes and all that kind of stuff. No, it's excess of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's excess of just things that you don't need when you constantly keep buying or accumulating the same things over and over and over again. Honey, that is hoarding. Honey, I will throw these kids away. Okay. I declutter all the time. And I do that because of how I feel. I don't like my life to be cluttered or bogged down in any kind of way. So I get rid of things. I keep the newest thing, but I will donate, I will give away, I will trash anything that does not have a place in my home anymore. And that, to me, that's very, very important. Sometimes I want women to know, when you first have children, you are, I had 3 C-sections each time. My last 2, honey, knocked something loose that I couldn't even get back together. But I remember one day after I had the youngest, Joshua, I remember I had this C-section, and I'd already had a plan. You know, I'm getting up every single time, and I'm putting these diapers away in the diaper genie, and I'm making sure these tables are wiped off and these bottles are cleaned out, and these receiving blankets are all clean and folded up and nice and neat where I can get to them. The nursery area is always clean. The area by the couch where I'm sitting at, because I'm recovering, that area stays clean. Like, that was my plan when I first got home. Like, that was definitely the plan. As days went on, my son isn't latching on. I'm trying to kind of help, bottle feed. They're trying to substitute with some bottle feeding. He's puking on blankets. He's pooping on blankets. He's having major blowouts. These diapers are I don't know how to work the diaper genie. So I can't get the things to kind of, so that is kind of piling up. I'm eating things. I have to eat and drink and stay hydrated and things like that. So now what I'm eating and drinking is kind of sitting here and there. And before you know it, it's like I was piled up to here. Nowhere else in the house, but just in the area where I was at. And that was so different for me because I always keep an extremely clean home. Always. And I mean clean, like pick up, lift up, vacuum, dust, mop. Always, right? And my house has to have some kind of an amazing smell. My husband is Nigerian, so they cook with all the spices, all the everything. So I have to make sure that there's a candle burning. I didn't have any of that. So no, my house wasn't filthy, honey. That area that I was in was definitely unkept. And people wanted to come and see the baby and this, that, and the other. And it took my mother. My mother came over. My mother said, "What is this?" And I said, I already knew. But I'm like, I'm just trying to, get the stuff. She was like, "You're not trying to do anything. You were sitting up on this couch with this baby, just holding this baby. And girl, clean this." And so mama started moving things around. I hated when mama started moving things around because I knew then, honey, I got to hear it the whole entire time, like when I was a kid. So now I get up, C-section and all, I get up and I'm trying to get some things together. But while I'm trying to get things together with mama and I'm watching her, I'm like, "Alicia, baby, I think you're kind of losing yourself a little bit. I think you are kind of slipping into a dark space. It's your self-esteem." And it was my self-esteem. My stomach was all out of whack. I hadn't been able to comb my hair, so I had this little matted up ponytail because I was in the hospital about 5 days, C-section, 4 days, 4.5 days. I had no makeup, no anything, because I didn't have time. I had this baby and my husband had to work, of course, and I already had another toddler. And it was just hard. It was just hard. And that's when I knew, I said, my self-esteem is starting to slip because things are piling up around me. And that is not what happens at all. That never, ever happens to me. I'm like, I need to get up. I got up. I put that baby on the couch. I put that baby in that little bouncer. That toddler, I got her together. She had taken a nap and all of that. I ran through that house. I jumped in the shower. I washed everything, honey, from head to toe. I got that hair together. I got that makeup together. I got these lips together. I cleaned my home. It's like the Lord just let them kids sleep, honey, forever. I cleaned my home from one end to the next. I folded those clothes. I started the laundry. I got the fold and I got the, doing everything I needed to do. I had to find me. I had to get back to who I was and to where I was because nobody was telling me. No one was saying anything around me. It took mama to come over and say, excuse me, this isn't you. This isn't, and mama may not have always had the best delivery, but I got it. I got it. I knew exactly where she was coming from with that thing because it wasn't making sense. And she knew that I was becoming someone that I otherwise wasn't. She knew that. She could just tell that something wasn't right. But one thing Deborah did not play, and that was an unkept home. So a lot of it had to do with self-esteem. Self-esteem was so important. So I used to ask myself these questions. It's like, okay, what would I be doing now if I have 100% healthy self-esteem? What would I be doing? And I'm like, okay, this house wouldn't be looking like this. You would get up, get them kids together, get yourself together, go to Target, get the, you know what I'm saying? Stop waiting for someone to come. And you get up. You get up and you get yourself together and you go to the bank like you need to, and you do your work like you need to, and you figure this out, and you know what I'm saying? You get back to you. And I had to have these small little pep talks with myself because I knew that it was all stemming from my self-esteem. Oh, my mom, a man don't want a woman with a dirty ass home. A man don't want a woman at a nasty home, and this, that, and the other, and all of that. I had, my laundry, all that kind of stuff. Honey, and all my little years of living, honey, you don't see dirty underwear. You don't see undergarments. You don't see, I had to keep up with everything. I was already keeping me together. Don't get me wrong. I was keeping me together, but I was going about it in such a slow way that it just wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. After you've had a C-section, honey, you drain from every part, your C-section cut, your ass, your everything, honey. You just got a whole lot going on because you can barely walk and barely move. I had to get it together. I had to pull it together, honey. I got up. I popped some of them stitches off because by that time, I'm healing up now. I'm healing up because I'm moving around. I'm moving around, and I've done this 2 other times before, so I know what to do. But when I tell you that last baby had knocked me into some part of the universe that I wasn't familiar with, I had to make sure I brought myself right on back home, honey. Right on back home. I had to ask myself, how would I change my life if I just had, how would it change my life if I just had 20% more, confidence? Like, how would it change my life? And it was like it would change your life a whole lot because now you can get up and you can do the things that you need to do. Now you can continue to write these programs. You can continue with your coaching. You can continue with being a stylist. You can continue with helping your husband with the other businesses. You can get up and you can do these things. Just because you had a baby doesn't mean you're paralyzed. It doesn't mean that you can't succeed. It doesn't mean that you can't make things happen. You can still make it happen. As a matter of fact, now you can sprinkle a little fairy dust on it because you're doing all of this with these babies, with these toddlers. Come on now, you can make it happen. And that's what I had to do. I'm still questioning myself. What can I do today to feel good about myself? Do your makeup. Do your makeup. Let's start there, honey. Let's fix them brows. Let's fix them eyelashes. Come on. These are things that you can do. I stopped by that beauty supply store and I got what I needed to get. I had to re-up on some stuff, honey. And I pull myself together. And then I thought about, like, who's my role model? Like, who is somebody that I kind of look to when I want to feel good about myself? Who can I look to when, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I started doing. Not that I wanted to be like other people, but I wanted to just to see them and just to see, like, okay, well, let me try a new lip color. Let me try a new hair color. Let me try a new outfit. Let me try a new something. Let me try to work out a little bit. Let me try to figure this thing out. So sometimes you just need that extra push or that extra kick, you know what I'm saying, or that nudge to get it together. And when my mama came through, honey, that was the nudge that I needed because I was, I had to organize some things. I had to plan my day accordingly. This is how it's going to go. This is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to feel. You know what I'm saying? This is what needs to be done by the time your husband gets home. I put myself I created a time study for myself to have these things done, because if not, I'm just sitting here holding this baby. I'm holding this baby and babying this toddler. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at all. I had to knock some things out for me. When he came home, honey, my shoulders was back, my head was up. I looked a little bit different. He was like, okay, all right. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a part of me that wanted to say, you didn't see that I was falling behind? But I know that there was also a part of him that was like, you know what? She just had a baby. I'm going to let her relax. Well, letting me relax was allowing me to just slip and go down and go down and go down and go down, go down. I don't do that, honey. So what I do is I get up every single day. I get those kids up and ready for school. My husband takes them to school. By the time I close that door, I start me some coffee. I've had to make this for myself because this is what I do. I clean my home. I start a load of laundry. I fold another load. I do all that in between working. Now I do this. I know when my coaching clients is coming on. I know when we're going to get started. So I have to make sure these things is done because nothing in the world, goes against my client's time. So I have to make sure that I'm getting these things done and knocking them out always. I'm very, very strategic when it comes to my videos and things like that. I have to make sure that certain things are done. I need to do a video while there's a load of clothes in the washing machine washing. So by the time I'm done with the video, the clothes are done. I transfer to the dryer. I'm on to my session. But I'm cleaning. I make sure I'm cleaning from top to bottom. And that's just what I do because I always want to make sure that my self-esteem and my confidence shows in the things that I do. It shows in the home that I keep, the car that I drive, my children, all that. I put a lot of time into all of these things. I do. And I don't half-ass. And that is something that's what keeps me going. So I want a lot of you women to really understand that when you are, especially having children, multiple children, and if you got 5 under 5, if you got 3 under 5, or however you got it, you can have teenagers, all that. You make sure that everybody is holding themselves accountable. I make sure that my kids are learning how to pick up and put their toys where they need to go. I don't care if they keep taking them out. You're going to keep putting them back. You're not just going to make my life harder. You're not going to do that. My teenager, every time you make a sandwich, brother, you make sure you wipe up all that you're doing. You pick it all up. If I got to say it 1,000 times, that's fine. Because I say it 1,000 more before I live in his home and it is unkept. My husband, pick them shoes up. Pick them shoes up. One time I act like I failed just so he could feel bad. And he never put those shoes back in that spot ever again. So I've learned some hacks. I've learned some things that I to do to get my point across and to make things happen that would be easier and more beneficial for me. But listen to me. If you are sitting there right now and you are watching this this YouTube channel, and you are watching this particular video, I want you to get up. And I want you to look at the space around you and look how you are keeping that space that is around you. And I want you to start cleaning. And I want you to start that laundry. And I want you to start folding. And I want you to start washing those dishes. And I want you to do whatever. If you got big kids, let me tell you, if they can get on that phone, if they can go out with friends, if they can drive to the store, honey, then they can load a dishwasher. They can wipe some counters. They can wipe off the refrigerator. It starts with all of that. All of that, all of those things are important. You can see better, you can breathe better, you can live better, you can do all of those things if your home is clean. Just get some order inside of your life. And I say that because people think that is just like the last thing someone should be worried about. That's the first thing that you see when you wake up every single day. Your bedroom is your business, but I'm going to tell you to go in there and clean that up too. I make my bed every single day that me and my husband get out of it. And I do that so that way when we come home, there's a fresh new bed to get into every single day. There's fresh new, you're going to pull them covers back, brother. You're going to move all those pillows and I'm going to put them right back and we're going to move them again. And that's just what we're going to do. But I want you to come home every single day and know that something has been done. Something has been picked up. Something has been kept up. All of that. One time, my lazy ass, I got so behind on laundry. I had it all sorted out. And so what I did was I found one of those companies that come in and grab the laundry for you back home. There was a place called Wash World. And I found that place. Child, they said just put it outside. You put them in bags and you put it outside and they'll bring it back. I said, okay. I grabbed every single piece of clothing that I could because I knew once I got caught up, I wouldn't fall back behind. And so I got all that laundry together, child. I had them bags out on the porch. It looked like we had got put out. I had bags everywhere on that porch because I just needed a jump start. And I did that. And when those people brought those bags back, honey, everything was folded. All I had to do was put it away. I was on to something then, I ain't even gonna lie. But it made my life so much easier. I was able to see everything that I was doing. I have a daughter, she's 4 years old. She changes constantly. She's always putting on a princess dress, a skirt, a tutu, or something like that. And so what I would do was, when she would take that off, I would throw it in the laundry room. Throw it in the laundry. Child, that ain't dirty. You're going to fold this skirt right on back up, and we're going to put this back up in this closet. And that's what we're going to do. That little princess dress, all that. I'm just washing all this unnecessary shit. And you just going and putting it in because today you feel like a princess. You haven't went outside in it. You didn't eat in it. You didn't do any of those things. Child, give me that dress. And we're going to put these things back up. So there is a way, guys, that you do not have to just sit there, because I promise you, when my mama said a man doesn't want a dirty ass woman, that is the honest to God truth. When I owned a salon and I had a barber inside of there, those men that would come through there, oh, they paid attention to the cleanliness. They paid attention to, they talked about the women that they may have talked to or dated in the past, whose homes were dirty, whose bathrooms were dirty, who, all of that. If I go pee in your bathroom, it shouldn't already smell like piss. This is my piss. That's the only thing that should be. Ain't no way in the world it should be smelling like somebody else's piss. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Get up. Get up. And sometimes, like I said, it's about your self-esteem. Get up. You're not getting up because you don't feel it. Get up and get that home together. Get that house in order. Start cleaning up things. Start doing the things that you need to do. Open up those windows. Let some fresh air in. Get rid of that old stuff. Start decluttering your home. Start to organize, get things organized in there. That way you can see everything. You can see everything is clear for you to be able to see. And that way you don't continue to fall behind on these things. I know what it's like to fall behind. Child, you fall behind on 2-3 dishes in the sink. Before you know it, the whole damn thing is filled up. But that's where them big kids come in at. Okay? You tell their asses, if you don't want to wash a cup, don't use a cup. If you don't want to wash a plate, don't you eat shit. You better eat out your hands. Baby, we was down to about 2 or 3 forks. I had my own little stash of forks. Nobody understand why everybody else didn't have a fork, because you keep throwing my shit away. You keep throwing them away. So I'm not buying any more forks until you can understand and appreciate a fork. Okay? Everybody understand and appreciate them now. Now we probably got more forks than any damn thing. But sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you. So that way everything isn't so hard on you. Give these kids some responsibility. Give them something to do. Play the cleanup song, the cleanup game, however you want to do it, that's fine. Honey, everybody, Halloween's just over. So you want some candy? Chat, let's clean this room up. Let's clean this bathroom up. A woman's bathroom should never be dirty. A woman's kitchen should never be dirty. And your living room should never be dirty. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's your business. I ain't got no business in there anyway. But if you invite me to your home, those 3 spaces should not be filthy at all. So you have to know that when that man comes home, he don't want to come sit in all that mess and all that. Even if he is helping make the mess. Child, if he working and you at home, you better clean up that mess. If you both are working, I've been on both sides of this thing. If you both are working, it's okay. Everybody just, okay, baby, well, can you take that trash out? Baby, can you help me do this? Baby, can you help me move this around? Can you help me? That's all you got to say is, can you help me? Sometimes it's how you talk to people. Sometimes it's all about how you talk to people, and you'll get all the things in the world done. So instead of asking for a purse and asking for a handbag and asking for getting your hair done, no, baby, you know what I would really love? I would really love for you to clean that garage. Oh, shit, that turns me on. That's what I need. That's the kind of sexy talk we talk over here. That's exactly what we do. That is the sexiest shit in the world. You gonna mop the floor? You gonna mop the floor on Sunday? I know that's right. I want to see you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the kind of home that I want to keep, and I know what kind of, I know what having a clean home can do to a person's self-esteem. You know, I love having a clean home, clean thoughts, clear mind, being organized, all of that. Now that pantry, now them snacks is doing whatever them snacks want to do, but that's our business. You ain't got to go in our pantry room. That's for us, not for you. You know, but when you walk into that living room, that dining room, that kitchen, that all that area, when you use that bathroom downstairs, I'm going to make sure that it is clean. Okay? I don't want you to be in my bathroom looking, try to figure out what you need to use to clean the seat. It's going to be clean. Toddlers is not an excuse for laziness. Babies is not an excuse for laziness. Depression is not an excuse, but I could understand how it can cause laziness. So I want you to strengthen you so you can just get up. Get up. Start room by room by room and just knock it out and do what it is that you need to do. And make sure you have those little people helping along the way. because how you keep your home says a lot about what's going on in your life. Okay? So, coaching can be on so many different things. I have so many different programs as far as like how to, just being a productive housewife, being a productive working mom, being a productive, all these different things. Like, it's serious, guys. This is very, very serious. I have one client that's the only issue is just making sure her home is what it needs to be. And that's my job, is to come in and help her, help them. I want to help her be able to help them. I want her and her husband to be able to come home and see, like, oh my gosh, this is the spot for me. I love it. I appreciate it. And that's all it is. I'm not saying that it has to look immaculate every single day. I just need it to make sense. I just need it to make sense so you guys can see that there's a space for you. Sometimes you get so caught up in working and being a parent and all that you forget about some of the things that are very important. I want that to be important to you because it sets the tone for every other space in your life. It really does. You'd be surprised at how it does. If you watch the show Hoarding, you see how that those people that start to hoard, it starts to affect them. Every single part of them, their relationships with people, how they interact with people. They become very withdrawn to themselves. They become introverts when they used to, be extroverts. They used to be like, oh, okay, hey, how you doing? Now they just kind of, they don't want anybody to know the secret. They don't want anyone to know that they have now become so small to themselves. And now things are so out of control, they don't know what to do. And they just hold on to the things that's around them because they're too ashamed to reach out to those that are outside of them, So again, coaching can go in so many different directions, so many different ways. You'd be surprised about the people that benefit from having a life coach, a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, all of those things. Everyone needs somebody at some point in their life. And if you think that's you, hit me up or find someone, or I can definitely link you to those, to some of the resources that I have. Again, I'm your niche coach, Alicia Lester. I appreciate you all. And while I'm getting ready to go clean up my home, I need y'all to get y'all shit together.